Jetta Brexit news. Germany predicts little progress by June. New summit's next summit at the end of the month has been billed as a major deadline for Britain to produce answers on how the country plans on preventing a hard border on the island of Ireland after Brexit. However, Theresa May has struggled to win over her own so-called Brexit war cabinet, let alone Brussels, with her desired plot to maintain a frictionless border between Ulster and Dublin. The Prime Minister wants to establish a new customs partnership, which would involve the UK collecting external tariffs on behalf of the EU, whereas her Brexiteers has championed a solution known as maximum facilitation, which uses technology and trusted trader schemes to keep any border checks to an absolute minimum. Brussels has rubbished both plans, insisting they do not provide the answer to the Irish border question, and have challenged Westminster to come up with something new. Not many are expecting very much now. If this is so, October would then have to solve all problems. Peter Ptacek. This has Germany as Brexit envoy Peter Ptacek far from hopeful any meaningful progress will be reached between the UK and EU in June. He wrote on Twitter, "Not many are expecting very much now. If this is so, October would then have to solve all problems: withdrawal, Northern Ireland, governance and future in one go. Odds are still unclear." Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar has previously warned the Irish border conundrum threatens to derail the whole Brexit process, with Dublin unwilling to support a withdrawal agreement without clear guarantees of hard border prevention. Another EU official has also questioned how much impact the June summit will have on Brexit, adding the UK's divorce will only be a footnote in discussions between European leaders. They said this was down to the lack of concrete Brexit proposals from the UK side in the build-up to the meeting. Brexit negotiations remain thick for the UK, with David Davis' Department for exiting the EU's latest proposal for a 10-mile buffer zone also being dismissed by a senior EU official. The Brexit secretary suggested implementing a 10-mile area around the 310-mile border between Belfast and Dublin, in what appears to be the UK government's latest attempt to avoid a hard border on the island of Ireland. The customs arrangement would allow local traders to operate under both UK and EU rules, and has been called a buffer zone. A spokesman for Mr. Davis' Brexit department said, "We have set out two viable future customs arrangements with the EU, and work is ongoing to refine these. Both of these would deliver on our commitments to ensure UK-EU trade is as frictionless as possible, avoid a hard border between Northern Ireland and Ireland, preserve the integrity of the UK's internal market, and enable us to establish independent international trade policy." However, the official likened the plan to the border in Cyprus, which is patrolled by a United Nations peacekeeping force, which would likely prove contentious given the emphasis put on the Good Friday Agreement by Brexit negotiators. They added the solution simply decently answer the EU's demands from Britain, insisting the country's negotiators would have to go back to the drawing board. The official also noted Britain has cut down the negotiation schedule, with Brussels offering a full week for talks in the build-up to the June summit, with the source believing this is because Westminster have little to no new substance to put on the table.